Kung mapapansin nyo din po, yung value ng currencies, they change all the time. No? It goes up, it goes down. Punta ka ng bangko ngayon, makikita mo yung rate is around 48. No? Come back next week, it's probably gonna be 48.2, 48.3. Maybe come back next month, it might be 47 point something. So it goes up and down. No? Bakit ganon? No? What actually influences that movement? Kasi doon tayo kikita eh. No? Kapag tumataas yung value or bumaba yung value, we can take advantage of that. Doon tayo pwede kumita. So ano kaya yung pwedeng magpagalaw ng value na yun para yun yung mga pwede nating bantayan? Well, imagine that currencies are like shares of a country. No? That simply means kung anong mangyari sa isang bansa, no, sa economy nila, most probably maapektuhan din yung value ng currency nila. I'll repeat that. Whatever happens to a country, it would probably reflect on the value of their currency. So kung sisimplihan na lang natin, if something good happens to a country, sabihin natin si US, no, yung kanilang GDP or gross domestic product tumaas, no, from 1.5% umakyat to 1.75% or something, no, it went higher. So if you think about it, that's the measurement of their local growth. And if it increases, then that's good for them. No? Probably the value of the US dollar might also go up with that. Pwedeng tumaas din. Now, if you talk about something negative, no, with them, sabihin natin tumaas yung ano nila, unemployment rate, no, yung mga walang trabaho, no, mas maraming nawalan ng trabaho. If you think about it, that's bad for them. And probably the value of the US dollar might go down. So, yun po yung sinasabi ko. You take a look at the economy of a country and depending on what's happening to them, that might influence the value of their currency. It doesn't happen all the time, pero most of the time it does. So, it's good to pay attention to that. No? So, mamaya we'll go a little deeper into that. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Tandaan nyo po na kapag nagtitrade kayo, you have two currencies that are involved. You always have two currencies that are involved. So, let's say you have the dollar against the Philippine peso. And the current exchange rate is 50. Sabihin natin nasa 50 ngayon yung rate. So, $1 is equal to 50 pesos. Ngayon, what if something bad happens to the dollar? Kapag may masamang nangyari sa dollar, then the value of the US dollar would go down. Di ba? Kung isipin nyo. Sabihin natin, tumaas yung unemployment rate. Maraming nawalan ng trabaho. So, okay, that's gonna be bad for the dollar. So, ano mangyari sa exchange rate? How will that be influenced? Since humina yung value ng dollar, it will now take less pesos to buy $1. So, dati, kailangan mo ng 50 pesos para makabili ng $1. Ngayon, bababa siya. The rate will go down. It will only take 49, 48, 47 pesos to buy $1. Bababa po siya. On the other side of things, kung lumakas naman po yung dollar, then it would take more pesos to buy $1. Tataas yung rate, 51, 52, 53. So, ganun po siya naapektuhan. Ngayon po, kung titignan nyo naman yung side ng peso, if something good happens to the peso, then the rate will go down. Kasi it will take less pesos to buy $1. Bababa yung rate, 49, 48, 47. If the peso weakens, then it will take more pesos to buy $1. Tataas yung rate, 51, 52, 53. So ganun po naapektuhan yung exchange rate, no, depende kung anong nangyayari doon sa isa sa mga currencies doon sa pair. Ngayon po, may isip natin na parang ang dami niyo yatang na-mention na komplikado. No? You talked about the economy, kailangan natin bantayan yon, unemployment rate, GDP, etc. etc. Coach, kailangan ba natin lahat yon, no? Para makapag-trade? Well, to be honest, oo sana, no? Kasi malaking bagay yun eh. No? If you're able to know those things, it would be a lot easier for us to determine kung saan papunta yung presyo. So actually, magkakaroon tayo ng separate session with that, eh, no? But at the end of the day, try not to make it too complicated for yourself. No? Huwag natin masyadong pahirapan yung sarili natin kasi dalawa lang naman yung buttons na pwede nyong pindutin. Dalawa lang yung pwede nyong posisyon. No? You can either buy or you can sell. Okay? So kahit gaano kahaba analysis natin sa market, ang tanong mo lang sa sarili mo, ano ba yung bibiling kong currency at ano ba yung bebenta ko? At tandaan nyo, kailangan you buy the currency that you think will go up and you sell the currency that you think will go down. So kung sa tingin mo aakyat yan, yan yung bibili natin. Kung sa tingin mo babagsak yan, yan yung ibebenta natin. No? Now, I'd like to pause for a second here. No, tandaan nyo na, if you think the price will go up, that is the currency that we will buy. If you think the price will go down, that is the currency that we will sell. Now, side note lang, dun sa mga nagtitrade dito ng local stocks, no? Many of us would probably have the strategy of buying more as the price goes down. We cannot do this in Forex kasi you're trading with leverage. Okay, mamaya explain ko ng konti yun. Pero hindi natin pwede gawin dito yun. Okay, yung kino-cost average niyo yung talo. No? So we cannot do that here. All right? So just, take note of that no, if you're trading stocks. Kasi yung mga iba nalilito dito sa part na to kapag yun yung strategy nila. Alright? So remember, kung sa tingin mo lalakas yung value ng currency, yun yung bibili natin. Kung sa tingin mo bababa yung value ng currency, that is the one that we will sell. Okay. So moving forward. Ngayon naman po, ipapakilala ko sa inyo yung ating mga currencies no, na pwede nyong i-trade. Now, normally when we're starting out, these are the currencies that we will normally encounter. And these are called your major currencies. Itong major currencies, these are the most traded currencies around the world. So, kumbaga, ayan yung some notes on them. For example, you have the dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound. Meron yung three-letter symbol. No? Very important for us to take note of that. And then meron din yan yung mga alternative names nila, no? Box, greenback, no, is also US dollar, fiber yen, cable Swiss C, yung mga ganyan. Normally that's how they express it whenever you hear yung mga ibang analyst na nagsasalita about those currencies. So kailangan medyo familiar din tayo sa terms nila. Okay? So it's here. Anyway, so since whenever we trade forex, they are traded in pairs, makikita po natin na these are our major pairs. Basically, it's your 7 major currencies against the US dollar. So, meron ka dyan euro dollar, dollar yen, pound dollar, dollar Swiss francs. So, kung mapapansin nyo yung dollar, minsan nasa kanan, minsan nasa kaliwa. Kung ano yung positioning nila, nakalock po yan dyan ha. So, it's locked there. So, hindi nyo pwede pagbalik rin si euro dollar. Hindi siya pwede maging dollar euro, magulo yun. Okay? Later, it would make sense kung bakit. No? That would be related to counting price movement. No? So, kung ano yung position nila, nakalock yan ha. Okay. So, yan pwede nyo i-trade yan kasi yun yung pinaka, kumbaga, tinitrade na mga currency sa buong mundo. Now, normally I get this question as well. Coach, what if ayoko i-trade yung dollar? Let's say, based on my analysis, I have absolutely no idea what will happen to the dollar. So I don't want to trade that. But I believe that the euro will strengthen. No? And let's say that the British pound will weaken. So gusto ko bilhin yung euro, tapos gusto ko ibenta yung British pound. Ang problema, yung account ko po in US dollars. Will that be possible? Pwede ba akong makapag-trade ng euro against the pound even though my account is in US dollars? The answer is yes. Pwede. At ang tawag po dyan ay cross pairs. Your cross pairs are your 7 major currencies against each other without the US dollar. So, pwede nyo po i-trade yan. No? Huwag kayong mag-alala kung anumang profits or losses that will be derived from that position, yung broker nyo na yung bahala mag-compute nun. So, kumbaga lahat yun will be expressed as US dollars in the end. Kung US yung account nyo. Kasi yung iba gusto euro account or whatever account. Basta kung ano yung base currency nyo sa account. Coach, paano naman yung mga ibang currencies? Pwede ko ba i-trade yun? No? Yung nasa labas ng 8 major currencies. Yung iba pwede pero hindi lahat. Any currency outside of those 8 major currencies are called exotic currencies. So medyo cliquish kasi sila no? Kumbaga parang sila yung major tapos tayong mga ibang currency, exotic daw tayo. Okay? So yun, that's how it goes. So if you want to trade those, not all of them are available but some of them are, and you can also take advantage of that. So lalo yung mga, kumbaga yung work nyo related doon sa mga economies ng mga yan, you might be able to take advantage of that kung alam mo kung saan pupunta yung value ng currencies nila. No? And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of money to be made there. Okay? But for starters, I suggest dun muna tayo sa major and cross pairs para simple muna buhay.